Hi, friends. We are getting ready to start our next math lesson today, and we are on math lesson 17. So, in front of you, you need a piece of scrap paper and a pencil, or a whiteboard and a marker. And look at this pretty problem set we have for today. So, our pink problem set for lesson 17 is the butterfly page, and I'm going to give you a heads up. If you have not listened to your fours skip counting songs on YouTube, you should have the link for that. You're going to want to, because that will definitely help you. So the fours YouTube skip counting song with the horse. That's a fun one. That will definitely help you. Okay. So if you want to pause and listen to that and then come back, that would be good. Okay. But if you are ready to go, we're going to start this morning with our application problem. And then we will look at, we could actually look at this first because I can do a little bit of this in our application problem. Okay, so lesson 17 says that we are going to model the relationship between multiplication and division, which we have already definitely looked at so far, but we're going to continue that. And our I can statement says I can understand the relationship between multiplication and division. So we definitely should already have thoughts about that, and we will just continue to explore that in our lesson today. Okay. Our application problem. Will you follow along with me as I read? Okay. If you want to read it with me, I would love that. Here we go. Mrs. Peacock bought 4 packs of yogurt. She had exactly enough to give each of her 24 students 1 yogurt cup. How many yogurt cups are there in 1 pack? Okay, so don't you think this would be an RDWW because it's a word problem? Okay, so I'm going to put RDWW. Do we remember what these letters stand for? Read, draw, write, write. So the first write is to write a number sentence, and the second write is to write a word sentence. Okay, so let's look. Let's do our read. So our reading is not just reading the words, but it's pulling the problem apart, looking for important information, putting parentheses around it, underlining, circling totals if we know it, highlighting clue words, all that good stuff. Okay, so Mrs. Peacock bought 4 packs of yogurt. Do we think that's important that she bought 4 packs of yogurt? I agree. So she had 4 packs of yogurt. She had exactly enough to give each of her 24 students 1 yogurt cup. I see that 24. What do we think about that 24? I think it sounds like the total if there's 24 students. Do you agree? Good. So 24 is the total, and she has exactly enough to give each of her 24 students. I see a clue word. Do you? The clue word is each, and each tells us that we're either going to multiply or divide, but if we know the total, that tells us that we're going to divide. Nice work. Good job, my math detectives. Okay, so then I need to underline the question or the task. How many yogurt cups are there in 1 pack? There's my read. I did a lot of good work in there. So next would be my draw. I want to draw a tape diagram because I told you they're my favorite. Okay, so here's my rectangle. And what do I know? 4 packs of yogurt. And we said 24 is the total. So I'm going to scoop my tape diagram and I'm going to put 24 because that's my total. And 24 packs of yogurt. And I want to know, or did I say 24 packs of yogurt? I don't even know. 4 packs of yogurt, and I want to know how many yogurt cups are in 1 pack. So 4 packs of yogurt, that sounds like the number of groups. Do you agree with that? So if I need 4 groups, how many lines do I put in my tape diagram? 3. Make sure you're making this right along with me, boys and girls, okay? Because this is definitely good practice for us. Our math time together is not a time where you just sit and watch Mrs. Gruelle. It's a time that you work right along with me, okay? So we have our 4 groups, and I know that my total is 24, and I want to know how many yogurt cups are there in each pack. So I'm going to keep putting 1 in each group until I get to 24. Are we ready? Do it with me. Let's count together as we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. How many did you get in each group? 6. And remember, boys and girls, you can always, if you wanted to start out first thing when we do our application problems, if you want to test it out by yourself and then come back and check, you're welcome to. You're welcome to do that for any of it, okay? Just make sure that you always come back and check it out, okay? All right, so we had 4 groups with 6 in each group. So it says, how many yogurt cups are there in one pack? Well, each pack has 6. Okay, but let's see what else we have. So we did our draw. The next thing to do is to write a number sentence. In this case, we knew the total, and we said that we're going to divide. So it will be 24 divided by, we look and see what we knew in the problem. We knew the 24 and we do the 4. Because sometimes kids want to say, okay, it's 6, so it's going to be 24 divided by 6. But we didn't know that yet. We knew 24 and we knew 4. So it would be 24, we divide it by 4 because we made those 4 groups, and it equals 6. I can check off that W. And the last W is to write a word sentence. So how many yogurt cups are there in one pack? There are, I take the question to help me form my answer. There are 6 cups in one pack. Voila. And we did our RDWW. Okay, good. If you need to pause it to finish up, feel free. And then I'm ready to look at those butterflies. Okay, make sure you have your name and date on your problem set. So this is counting by 4s today. So that's why I mentioned to you at the beginning of our time together that you will probably want to stop and listen to the 4 skip counting song. So click that link and let's do it real quickly right now. Okay, so I'm ready. So I've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. I'm going to write that right up here so I have that to help me too. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Could you write this too to help? Definitely. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Once you have it written, chant it with me. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. One more time. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Practicing those every day will really help you with your multiplication facts for 4s, okay? All right, so if we take a look, it says use the array to complete the related equations. So if I look at what we have here for this array, right here, I have one row of 4. So 1 times 4 is 4. And then I'm going to turn that into a division sentence. So if I'm dividing, I take that total, which is 4. I'm dividing by 4, which equals 1. Okay. If I slide my paper down, and you can definitely grab another piece of paper if you want to, or just follow along and look at mine. So now I have 2 rows of 4. So it's 2 times 4, which equals 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Also, I can use my skip counting here, 4, 8. And then blank divided by 4 equals 2. What's going to go on that blank? 8, right? Because when we divide, what number always comes first? The total. Try a few more with me, and then if you're ready to go off on your own and finish the front, you certainly can. All right, so now we have 1, 2, 3 rows of 1, 2, 3, 4. So what number goes in that blank right there? You got it, it's a 3. Good. Okay, and if I look right next to it, 12 divided by 4, well, 12 comes first because it's the total, and it's 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So this is that relationship that we talked about in our I can statement for today, that I can see the relationship between multiplication and division. We have the same numbers here, right? 3, 4, and 12. 3, 4, and 12. So we are in that same fact family. We're just, the numbers are mixed up, and when we divide, we have to use that total first. Okay? All right, down below I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows now. So blank times 4 equals 16. What goes there? 4, you got it. And also I can use my count by if I see here. So 4, 8, 12, 16. So that's how I get to that 16 there. Then 16 divided by 4 equals blank. What do you think that's going to be? It's going to be 4, right? Because if I look at my factors to multiply, I have 4 and 4. So if 16 divided by 4, it's going to equal 4. We're just kind of taking this sentence here and we're looking at it backwards. So 16 instead of equals, 16 divided by 4 equals 4. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. So we can look at that equation backwards. Kind of a neat pattern, huh? Okay. Now how many rows do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows and 4 in each one. So what should this say right here? First number is going to be 5 because it's a number of rows times 4 because there's 4 in each one, and that equals 20. They had us fill in more that time. All right, and then we've got 20, which is the total there, and we're dividing by 4, right, because there's 4 in each group, and that equals 5. And if we look here, all of our equations are dividing by 4s. So we're dividing by the number in each group to get the total. If you're feeling pretty good, boys and girls, you can break off now and finish that front and then just come back and check after, okay? So if you want to break off and finish up and then just check your work after with my video, you can, okay? Okay, so next we have 6 rows, right? Because we are adding a row each time. So this would be 6 times 4 is 24. And then we would have 24 divided by 4, because we're dividing by the number in each row. What would that answer there be? What did you put? 6, right? Because I'm using the same fact family. I have a 4 and a 6. So I'd have a 4 and a 6. Nice job. Okay, moving on. Now I have 7 rows of 4, which equals, they didn't give it to me now, so I'm going to use my count by up here. Okay, so I've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. So if I count 7 times, that gives me 28. So for my division sentence, what comes first? The total, right? So 28 divided by 4 equals 7. How do we do? Good job. So now, instead of 7 rows, we have 8 rows times 4 in each row. If we used our count by 8 times, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. That would be our 8th number, right? If we were counting as we go. So 8 times 4 equals 32. In our division sentence, what comes first? The total, which is 32, divided by 4, which equals, what'd you say? 8. Nice work. All right, 2 more. All right, so now the last one we had 8 rows, so now we have 9 rows, and we're multiplying by 4. What did you get for your answer when you did your skip counting song? Let's do it. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. So if I'm adding it 9 times, that equals 36. Okay. And for my division sentence, I always start with a total 36. We're dividing by 4. So look here, I can turn this around, right? 36 divided by 4 equals 9. 36 divided by 4 equals 9. And the very last one, we have, after 9 rows, we have 10 rows times 4 in each row. And what does that equal? So we can do that, right? What is also super easy for us to count by? tens, and we're so good and fast at counting by them. Let's count by tens 4 times. Fast, ready? 10, 20, 30, 40. Did you keep up with me? Good. So 10 times 4 equals 40. And then for my division sentence, what comes first? The total. I'm like a broken record saying that, but I just want to make sure that we remember that, okay? So 40 divided by 4 equals 10. So I'm just looking at that equation backwards. 40 divided by 4 equals 10. What do we think? How'd we do if you're working on that independently? Nice job. Okay, flip it over as soon as you're ready. What do we have on the back? These look like word problems, right? So if they're word problems, what does that mean? That we need to have R, D, W, W. Okay. Will you read this with me? Put your pencil or your finger on the baker and will you read it right along with me? Okay, here we go. The baker packs 36 bran muffins in boxes of 4. Draw and label a tape diagram to find the number of boxes he packs. Okay. So he packs 36 bran muffins. 36 sounds like the total to me. Do you agree? Okay, so we'll circle it. In boxes of 4. So is that the groups or is that how many is in each group? Boxes of 4. That would be how many is in each group, right? If I have a box of 4, that's how many is in the group. Okay. And my task says to draw and label a tape diagram to find the number of boxes he packs. Yes, we want to find the number of boxes, which means we're trying to find the number of groups. Okay. So there's my read. What comes next? Draw. Good job. And it's telling us they want us to draw a tape diagram. So we'll draw a rectangle. And what do we know? 36 bran muffins. We said that is the total. So we can scoop our tape diagram and put 36 because that's the total. And boxes of 4, just to help me get that in my head, what that meant, boxes of 4, that meant 4 in a box. So I made a box of 4 there. So that tells me I'm going to make groups of 4 until I get to 36 because we're trying to find out how many boxes he packs. So if there's one box with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to go again, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can I go again? 9, 10, 11, 12. Can I go again? Yes. 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going to make another one. So I'm at 16. So 4, 8, 12, 16. If I want to do a count by right on top, I can. 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I am not done and I'm out of room. What could I do? I can just add a box on, right? So I'm at 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I'm still not there. Add another one on. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I am still not there. Add another one on. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. There we go. I finally made it. So I'm just going to go and make that bigger. So if I was using a pencil, I could just erase it and fix it. That's why pencils are good for math, but it's not a big deal. Okay. Also, it's good to show you too that we're not always right with our first drawing of our model, and it's easy just to add on or to erase. Okay, so how many do we have in each group? We had 4 in each group, right? Which we already knew, boxes of 4. And then we wanted to find out how many boxes he packed. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 boxes. We can check off our draw. What's next? Writing of a number sentence. So let's see, we knew the total. So that means that we're going to divide, right? And the total comes first. 36 divided by, and if we look and see what we know, we knew 36 and 4. So it's 36 divided by 4, which equals the number of groups we found, which was 9, right? Check that off. And for the last W is to write my word sentence. Draw and label a tape diagram to find the number of boxes he packs. So that's what I'm trying to find out. So he packs 9 boxes. And remember, we are writing complete sentences, and a complete sentence begins with a capital letter and it ends with a period. Nice job. And then I can check off that last W. Okay. Again, depending on how you are, if you are ready to, if you want to give those to an attempt and work on your own, feel free, and then just come back and check with me, okay? Okay. Number 3, the waitress arranges 32 glasses into 4 equal rows. I am seeing that picture in my head just from that. And then it says how many glasses are in each row. This is an RDWW. I'm thinking that right away to myself too because it's a word problem. She arranges 32 glasses. I'm thinking that's the total, right? There's 32 glasses and there's 4 equal rows. This doesn't tell me to draw a tape diagram, so it makes me want to draw an array when it's talking about equal rows. So if you drew something else or you want to draw something else, you can. But when it talks about equal rows like that, I feel like I need to draw an array. Okay. There's a word in there too, each. Did you see that? Each tells us that we're going to multiply or divide, right? But in this case, we know the total, so we're probably going to divide. Okay, check off the read. Next comes the draw. So I want to draw an array, but like I said, if you have something else that is speaking to you to draw, you can. So 4 equal rows. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just put the first one in my rows. And I'm going to keep adding to each row until I get to my total of 32. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Stop. Right? I hit that total of 32, 4 equal rows. If you drew this as a tape diagram, you would have 4 groups with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in each group, right? In this case, I have 4 rows with 8 in each row. Okay. Your equal groups picture, if you drew an equal groups picture, would have 4 groups of 8. Okay. Good. So whatever you drew, you have your drawing. And next we have our writing of a number sentence. And we said that since we started out with a total, that we knew that we were going to divide. So it's 32 divided by 4, because we see what we knew. We knew 32, we knew 4. 32 divided by 4 equals, and we found there was 8 in each row. Check off that W. And for the writing of my sentence, I look, it says how many glasses are in each row. There are 8 glasses in each row. How did you do? Okay. If you were doing that independently, how did you do? Good. Okay. Let's look at our very last one, okay? This is RDWW. Do you agree? Okay. Janet paid $28 for 4 notebooks. Each notebook costs the same amount. There is that clue word. Each notebook costs the same amount. I'm going to multiply or divide. What is the cost of 2 notebooks? Ooh, I'm going to tell you something right now, boys and girls. There's 3 numbers in this. We have 28, 4, and 2. A lot of times, if we have 3 numbers or more, that means that there's more than one step to our work that we're going to do. So this is, I'm thinking, a 2-step problem, okay? Unless it's asking for the total of everything all together, a lot of times that's a clue that it is a 2-step problem, which means we're going to do a little bit of work and find one answer, and then we're going to take that answer and do a little bit more work with it. So let's see if I'm right. Okay, so I'm going to look here. $28 for 4 notebooks. I just want to focus there. Oh, we can also check off my read. So I'm going to do a tape diagram here. And do I know the total? Yes. It's $28. And there was 4 notebooks. So if I want 4 groups, how many lines? 3. Nice job. And then I'll just count to make sure I have 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then to find my answer there, I'm going to keep putting 1 in each group until I get to 28. Will you do that with me? Unless you already did it and you're checking. Okay. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and stop. How many do I have in each group? 3, 6, 7. There's 7 in each group. Okay. Am I done? I have another part here. It says, what is the cost of 2 notebooks? So I used 28. I used the 4. Each notebook costs the same amount. What is the cost of 2 notebooks? Let me get a different color here so we can really see it good. What is the cost of 2 notebooks? Well, I'm going to kind of break this right here because here's my 2 notebooks. What does each notebook cost? 7, right? This costs 7 and this costs 7. So I want to know what is the cost of 2 notebooks. So how do I find that? I'm going to add those 2 numbers together, right? So 7 plus 7 equals 14. Was I right? Did we have 2 steps there? We did. So the first step that we had to do was we had a total of 28 and we found that there was 7 in each group because that's how much each notebook costs. So we found out that each notebook costs $7. But then that's not done there. It says, what is the cost of 2 notebooks? So if each notebook costs $7, we had 7 little bubbles in each group. Then for 2 notebooks, we did 7 plus 7, which equals 14. That's different, huh? What do we think? We just have to be careful and looking, and that's why when I saw those 3 numbers, right away I thought, this might be a 2-step problem. Okay, so let's see. I did my draw. I wrote a number sentence, and the last W stands for writing a word sentence. What is the cost of 2 notebooks? So the cost, with a capital T, the cost is $14. There we go. The end. What do we think? If I look back at if you need to pause it, you can. If I look back at our lesson for today, I can understand the relationship between multiplication and division. That's what we did, that whole front page, right? We took our multiplication sentences and we turned them into division sentences. Once we knew the total and our multiplication sentence, and our multiplication equations, we took those totals and that was the first number in our division sentence. And then we kind of just worked backwards. Okay. So nice work today. I'm very proud of the hard work that you're doing, boys and girls. And we are nearing the end of module 1. Can you believe it already? I feel like it went really fast, but good job. And I will check in with you later. Bye.